And just a reminder, the map we're gonna be on is Princess Peach's Castle, which debuted in Melee, and it's already been confirmed for Ultimate.
That's right. So, I think my first pick is going to be Shulk.
Okay.
I know he's kind of low. No, I know he's kind of lower on the tier list, but if you think of Princess Peach's Castle, he's got good reach. He's got decent speed. He could do a lot. He can kind of hold his own because in Princess Peach's Castle, you have that middle section that gets higher. He can kind of hold his own in defending in that area and staying within them. He's got great recovery. He's got a counter. So yeah, and so Shulk will be my first pick.
Okay. I kind of knew that was going that direction just because I know you.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I that's probably a strong pick. He has a lot of good like I feel, and I may be wrong because I don't play a lot of whole Shulk a lot, but he has a lot of ground like attacks that are like very powerful, and
and he's got a decent edge guard.
Yeah,
if
that's
you know
true.
How to use him right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and it's my pick now. I'm gonna kind of counter you, and I think you're gonna really get mad at me really bad right now. So just prepare for that, listeners. I'm picking Bowser Jr. Yeah. And almost for the singular reason, because I mean, all right. So I don't play a lot of Bowser Jr. personally. Austin knows that we play a lot. He does play a lot of Bowser Jr. That's why I thought you were gonna get mad. But honestly, the reason I'm picking him, and it's not the only reason, but there's a lot of reasons, is he has the best meteor smash in the game besides Bayonetta. And I think with his grabbing functions and what he can do on the ground, he's going to be able to throw you off and then meteor smash you right down to your death, because that map specifically is not a very horizontal map. It's more vertical. And once you're on the edge, you're out trying to recover, a meteor smash is just gonna immediately send you out of that. There's a lot of open space at the top. There's not a lot of open space in the bottom. And Bowser Jr., according to a lot of pros, say that he has one of the best meteor smashes in the game. And it's not as good as Bayonetta's, but we're not playing with Bayonetta in this draft, so that's my number 2 pick.
We're not going to have an Evo moment on Player 5 podcast.
What do you mean? Oh, Bayonetta versus Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's a sad
moment.
Sad moment. So,
but we here at Player 5 have happy moments.
Yeah.
Yay. All right, so you have the next pick as well.
Yeah. So for my next pick, I'm going to pick Fox.
Nice.
I'm sure you saw this coming. Honestly,
kind of.
This is a personal pick. He's all around just kind of good. In Melee, he's considered one of the best, and also he's pretty high tier in the more modern Smash games. And I have a feeling in Ultimate they're going to keep him kind of top tier. But I think he has a lot of one of his most powerful things is he has a lot of good juggling, like those empty hop kind of juggling effects, and being able to like kind of push you off the map. And then his edge guard, kind of like Shulk, you said, is a good edge guard. I think Fox also has one of the best edge guards in the game with his shield, the down B shield. And so I think between that and then him being able to the up air sometimes, cheese a kill here and there, I think that I could wreck you on a Princess Peach's Castle specifically. Also, he has a good recover mechanic with his side B, because there's not a lot of falling off of Princess Peach's Castle unless you're on the side. So the over B, his quick fly to the horizontal fly is going to be a guaranteed pretty much recover in most scenarios. So Fox, number 3 pick, or number 2 pick for me.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. You took my next pick. So
Bowser Jr.
No, Fox.
Oh, okay. You were trying to steal him. I got you.
I was gonna have Fox as my next pick, but you took him. So with that said, I'm gonna choose Marth. Marth's got a lot of speed. He's got a great juggle, a counter, a lot of combos. It's a great counter pick for Fox because Fox has the down B that sends back items that's reflected towards or reflects items. And so far, whether you have Fox against my Shulk or Marth, if we're there, I have no items to throw at you. So your down B is more of a if I'm on you too much, which won't matter much with Shulk if you have him. With Marth, I also have my counter, and he's very quick. So you'd have to understand the correct moments to really go for that. So yeah, kind of the same reasons why it's to keep it vertical with Marth and for good edge guarding. Also, he's great with kind of keeping distance.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a good
so
pick. I
that
think I think it's good, especially against Fox. Martha's really good against Fox in
yeah.
certain matchups, in certain
So that
maps.
will be yeah. So Marth will be my second pick for my third character. I think. Who do I want here? I'm kind of looking at my. I'm gonna go with Mario.
Okay.
Uh, Actually, I don't want to say. You know what? Because this is a vertical map, I'm gonna go with Dr. Mario, and it's not due to Dr. Mario being my favorite, although he is. The reason why I'm going to choose Dr. Mario over Mario is because of the down B, where Dr. Mario has the tornado, Mario will have the flood, and it won't matter as much. But both of them have a great grab. They both have a great juggle. They have projectiles. They have a deflection, and they don't juggle as well, but they can keep you in the air. They don't hit you hard, but they can throw you off the side, and I think that will be really good towards when you're on the bottom level of Peach's Castle. Those grabs will be very deadly, um,
Hmm.
especially with the cape. With like someone like Fox, I could use the cape on you when you're trying to get back on stage. I'll just send you the other way, and there's nothing you could do about it. Same with Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. is just kind of in the air, kind of defenseless once he's out of his pod, so I can deflect you off with that. So yeah, Dr. Mario, since there's not much recovery to do on the as far as coming up, then Dr. Mario will be my kind of horizontal fighter. That's my third
Okay.
pick.
All right, that's a good one. You're right. The side B for Fox isn't as foolproof as I thought. I mean, I kind of expected a Dr. Mario pick. But I mean, that's cool.
I told myself don't pick Dr. Mario, but honestly, when I just think about it, he act like Mario makes a lot of sense, except for the down B. So I went with Dr. Mario.
Yeah, and they kind of have a very similar play style. I mean, it's a little different, but it's still similar. All right, my next pick is going to be. You may be surprised by this. K Rool.
Mm,
Yeah. So we each said we had to wanted to do at least one Smash 5 newcomer.
yes.
Um, and I think he's just the obvious pick for this map. Honestly, this map specifically is very vertical, as we've already talked about. It has very small sides off, on the sides and on the bottom. Like recovery on this map is not that important to me, in all honesty. Honesty. Um, the thing is with K Rool, we've kind of seen from his gameplays, he's very good on the ground. We even talked about this last episode, in that he doesn't seem to have a great recovery, but recovery is not that important on this map. The way that you really are going to get kills on Princess Peach's Castle specifically is going to be smash hits. You're going to send them flying vertical or off the map, and because recovery is going to be so much easier in general on this stage, that K Rool's advantage on the ground and disadvantage in the air is actually just going to be a great thing for me. So even though obviously I haven't played with him yet, he seems to be really great on the ground. And so yeah, that's my next pick.
All right, I like it.
Was he on your list?
He was not, so
Oh,
I'm okay
okay.
with that.
All right.
And you have one more, correct?
No, I think it's your turn.
Was that your third character or fourth character?
That was third.
Okay, you have another one. I think. Oh no, you don't. It's my turn. You're right.
Yeah.
Um. Hmm. I think the next best pick for me. I'm thinking really hard here.
Just think it just right.
I think in order. I think we're going heavy for heavy here. I'm going to pick Bowser.
All right.
He's very heavy. He's got the fire ability, which will work on the edge and also towards the middle of the. If I can corner you by the where Peach's castle kind of towers off, if I can corner you there, I can get you there for some good hits. He's going to stay low to the ground. It's going to be hard to knock him off. It's going to be hard to juggle him. He's got a great grab. I can suicide with you if I have to with his grab, one of his grabs.
Yeah. Forget about that.
He's got a great ground pound. So yeah, Bowser will be my fourth choice.
That's probably good. The suicide thing actually does make sense, especially on this map. Yeah, it's probably not a bad pick. I would say I think this map is kind of important with grabbing mechanics, and I'm not sure Bowser has the best grabbing mechanics, but that just makes my case better. So I'm okay with it. I see what you're trying to do now. I'm kind of like seeing where you're going with your strategy, and yeah. All right, so I get the next two picks. My next pick will be Greninja.
Okay.
Yeah. So I already have Fox. He's got a really good ground game. King K Rool also has a really good ground game. And I have Bowser Jr. who has a Meteor Smash to finish those kills. But Greninja, he has a way. I've seen a lot of people do it in pro scene, in pro streams and stuff like that, where you can pair your water shuriken projectiles with a side B, which is like where he disappears and then appears and hits you as long as you aim it right, and you can just cheese a kill that way. I feel like it's like as long as you know you can do that, as long as you can perfect that gameplay, that it's a pretty much given kill at least one time in in a game. And then also, I mean, he has a lot of pushback mechanics. He can push you off the map if you're trying to recover. And also his up B specifically, when he does his up B, he shoots water below him while he's going up, and that water will actually push you farther down. So it's almost like a meteor smash in itself. But yeah, so Greninja is my next pick.
All right. And then you get to have pick your fifth pick now.
Yep.
Your last and final pick. Choose
Yeah.
wisely.
Choose wisely. I struggle with this one. Because I've actually gotten all of my picks I wanted going into the game. But I think I'm gonna go with Rosalina.
Okay.
Yeah, Rosalina and Luma. So a lot of reasons that people hate playing as Rosalina in the pro scene, and in general, is similar to what you were saying earlier with your pick. I think it was Bowser, maybe I forget. You were saying like one of your guys is going to be able to keep you from landing, and that I think is important in this game. So Rosalina has really powerful ways to keep you from landing, and you can literally just eat up percentages, like just between all the landing. Whenever you're trying to land, and you just get another juggle, hit them up back in the air. Um, that's going to be important in like getting up your percentage. But then also she has a mechanic where she can steal projectiles, and I can steal all your. I can steal. I think you can steal the tornado of Dr. Mario. I can steal all the little capsules you throw. So, and I think that's going to be a really important part of it, because if you have any projectile characters, because I don't know what your next pick is, and you already have one, I feel like it'd be important to be able to redirect those at you and maybe even keep you from recovering in that way. So yeah, Rosalina is my next pick.
All right. I like it. And I am struggling with my last pick because I look at this list, and at the very bottom of this list is Jigglypuff, which I think is so disrespectful, because Jigglypuff, my lord, if you know how to use him right, you know Jigglypuff ain't a C- tier. You know he isn't. But I'm going to veer away from Jigglypuff, although I think that would be a great smart move against Rosalina. I think my last pick is going to be Richter Belmont.
Okay.
Here's why. He's going to have a lot of length to him, which is going to be able to control that area at the bottom. If I'm at top, even though you have Rosalina to kind of grab things, I can use this kind of holy water move, and that's not going to work well for you if you're on the bottom and I'm up at top. It's kind of a way to keep you from getting up there and trying to hit me with it. He's going to have a tackle move. He's going to have a grab. I just think Richter Belmont is actually a very solid pick against Rosalina.
All right. Yeah, you might be right. I think it's interesting you have him and Bowser. Like they seem like two pretty heavy characters. Because he hits a lot like Ike, it seems like. No, that's Crom, sorry, I'm getting them mixed up. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, though. He might be a good pick against Rosalina. I don't know. Rosalina, I'm not getting him specifically for, or getting her specifically for the projectile, but I think that's just an added bonus for whenever I ever came up against your Dr. Mario or something like that.
Yeah. So in all fairness of you winning the last game on the last episode, for this final roundup debate, I will allow you to choose if you want to go first or if I go first.
You can go first. I'm okay with it.
I can go first?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have a lot to defend, Rendon, because you have a lot of wasted moves all across the board here. Let's just begin with Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. is kind of a really bad counterfeit for Shulk. I would know because my top 3 characters is on Smash 4 is Dr. Mario, then Shulk, then Bowser Jr. Here's where Bowser Jr. is really going to fail on this map. You can try to send out your 2 projectiles, because he's got the toy Bowsers and the cannon blast. But that bottom area is so small that in order for you to take the time to send those out, I can strike you with Shulk. And if I even get close enough, his counter reach is so hard that all I do will counter them when they hit me, and I'm going to hit you wherever you are. You're not going to be able to get far enough for me to not hit you. His up B is going to be terrible against Shulk, because I have such a long reach that I can hit you out away. And when I hit you, you don't get it. Unlike most characters, when after you hit them, they can actually do another move. You're not going to be able to with Bowser Jr. He's not going to get back in his cart. It takes a while for him to get back in his cart, and I think it's going to be a little too late before you can get him. And then, so I'm just going to say it's going to be an automatic win between Shulk versus Bowser Jr. Now, your Fox could possibly come and take my Shulk down, depending on how much damage you do. But again, I have no projectiles. You kind of have a wasted move. If I'm quick enough, I can counter a lot of things that Fox will do if he gets too close. I don't think I will be quick enough. I'll give you that fairness. So I think your Fox will ultimately come against my Shulk. But then we come into my Marth. And I think Marth stride for stride is going to be able to hold up with Fox as far as quickness. I think Marth, because of his abilities, will be able to keep Fox at a distance, in which case your blaster really doesn't do much. Your blaster doesn't do much damage towards me. Fox has a very straight up vertical when he fights up. He doesn't have any much sideways vertical moves, if that makes sense, where Marth with a sword has a lot of options when fighting up. He's going to be able to juggle Fox a lot more, and you're going to have to be and without as much accuracy as you would with Fox. Plus, I have no projectile, so you have a wasted down B move. I have the counter. So again, if you are coming at me too quick for me to handle, I can counter out of it. Now we go, like, let's say if we're against Dr. Mario, against your Fox or King K Rool. With Fox, I'm going to have a lot. Fox can be kicked around a lot, and Dr. Mario is going to be able to hold you in. Dr. Mario is a good brawler if you're up close. And while, yes, you have a projectile deflector, so does Dr. Mario with the cape. And so projectiles will kind of be useless between both of them. But even against King K Rool, Dr. Mario is a very well grounded, especially against heavies, and he's a better juggler for heavies. The normal Mario is not as good to juggle heavies as much because Mario's knockback is farther. Dr. Mario does very well with being able to get in close with heavies, grabbing them, throwing up, kicking them, doing some combos. Plus, King K Rool has two projectile moves. With Dr. Mario, I'll be able to deflect both of them. So you kind of have a lot of wasted moves right there. When you look at Greninja, his projectile and his little shadow thing where he kind of walks sideways and you watch shadow go, they take way too much time to charge up. I mean, even with Bowser, I'll have enough time to either understand what you're trying to do and block it. If you try to do the shadow move, I'll be able to shield it. You get close and I can grab you. And Bowser's got a very good grab close. I can corn you quick enough. I think that with Greninja, you're going to have to focus surely on just your quickness moves. And he's not that quick. He's quick, but he's not that quick. And Bowser's going to be heavy enough to really kind of take in everything you do. He's got some moves that no matter, you have to hit him really hard for it to stop, in which case you'd have to get close enough to me, which would be a huge risk on your part because if you don't stop the moves, it's going to hit you hard. So I just don't know if Greninja has enough ability and mobility to stop what Bowser's doing, especially with your limited amount of moves now. As far as Rosalina and Luma, again, a lot of her moves take a decent charge up. Her side B isn't going to be able to stop enough, and you have to be close for it. In order to throw Luma out, you have to charge that up. And on Princess Peach's Castle, if you throw her and you miss me, and Luma goes off the stage, and I'm hitting you too hard for you to call him back, you're going to lose your Luma, in which case you lose a whole another option. And she doesn't have a lot of side moves. And so if we're at the bottom, which Richter has a lot of side moves, great with the whip and everything like that, you're not going to be able to do too much to defend Rosalina herself if Luma's out. So
okay,
that's where I see with your team. Fox is honestly your best character. I think King K Rool is a good character, but not where you have him placed in our order of characters that will be used. Because in the Smashdown or in the Squad Strike, it will be based on the order you choose the characters. So I think King K Rool was your second best character, but just where you placed him against my Dr. Mario, and just based on what Dr. Mario can do, and around King K Rool is Marth and Bowser. I think that if you get me down to Bowser by the time you're with King K Rool, I think then you have a shot. But considering your first pick Bowser Jr., you're gonna have a real hard time being able to hold up Bowser Jr. up front.
All right, well, let me tell you what I feel about it.
Go ahead.
I think it's funny that you kept going on about the charge up times of a lot of my characters when Shulk has one of the most ridiculous charge up times in the game. I feel that Bowser Jr. is going to be able to kill any of Shulk's recovery mechanics. Also, Bowser Jr.'s ability to fly across the map really fast in that cart is going to keep you from landing. You're going to be in the air a lot, and then I'm going to meteor smash you the second you try to jump back up. I think the Shulk is an easy win for me. And then the next one I had Fox, so you counter with Marth. So Marth, I'll say, is a good pick against Fox. I will say that. But you're saying that your counter is kind of your bread and butter in that matchup. But really, in all honesty, I have a down B as well, so you can counter and then I can shield it and get out of that. I think that Fox up air and his vertical play style is going to be really good, even though, like I said, it's a very vertical map. You're going to be kind of dependent on smashes to get your opponent off the stage, not necessarily bad recovery or edge guarding. So I think that with Fox's super powerful up air, even though Marth has the counter, you can still get a win that way pretty easily. And then my King K Rool pick, I feel like you said, it's a strong pick, and I think it is, and you even conceded that. But I guess you overestimate how much recovery is going to be a factor in this, because King K Rool, while he's on the ground, he's going to be able to throw stuff and then back it up immediately with one of those heavy hits, because he's definitely a heavy hitter. We've kind of seen that. And then going into Greninja, I guess I would say his side B, it doesn't take that long to charge up. I think that if you see the pros do it, you'll see that. And this is how I play it too. You only use the side B. You don't use it as a ground mechanic. You use it all like to edge out like a smash at the very last minute. You juggle them, you get the combo going, and then you throw a projectile, keep them in the air, and then side B them while the projectile's flying at them. So I don't think there's a lot of issue there against your lineup. Now I will say Richter Belmont was a wild card. Didn't expect that. But specifically against Rosalina, I think you're right. The projectiles is not going to be as important in that matchup, or me being able to steal projectiles. But man, I'm just going to be able to keep you in the air. I mean, you're not going to be able to land with that. Like you said, Luma might fly off, but honestly, if Rosalina's in the hands of a good player, they're going to be doing like a lot of up smashes and side B, kind of like those percentage point getting hits. So I don't know. I feel like you're making some assumptions when it comes to my moves, but whatever. I think Well, go ahead.
I'll say my final words is when you talked about Bowser Jr. versus Shulk, and you said that Shulk has a tight charge up too, or it takes time for his moves to come out. I agree with you, but what I'm saying in the case of Bowser Jr. versus Shulk, they're very similar in speed, and if I'm Shulk, I have a better reach. You don't have that same reach, and if I don't go into a move by the time you have a charge up, that throwing that counter out is really quick. So I'm going to be able to know everything you're doing as soon as you're doing it. And even though you may know the same as I do, you don't have the space to get out of it as much as I do against Bowser Jr. Because again, a lot of my arguments come into that temple in the middle, which is what my issue with Greninja is. You don't have that much room to pull off some of those moves. You don't have some of those as much of room to pull off the moves with Rosalina and Luma. And that's my issue with all these characters is that with that limited room down there, and I have such characters that can hold their own against the ground and strike quick. Like Dr. Mario can strike super quick on the ground. Marth can strike super quick on the ground. Bowser's going to stay grounded. Richter Belmont's got all the space he can need to use on the ground. I just think that but they all can hit up. Marth can hit up really well. Shulk can hit up very well. Dr. Mario can juggle heavy characters, and I have Dr. Mario around, your King K Rool. Greninja's going to have a really hard time doing anything against Bowser. You would have to get really lucky on a couple moves. I just think that your characters would be a great pick if you had more room. If, in fact, I would concede that if you had more room, you have a much better lineup than I do. A much, much, much better lineup than I do. But I don't think you have that much room with that tempo in the middle. I think that's going to be your downfall with your characters, and that's why I think you have so many wasted moves with some of these characters you chose.
I mean, but you say that and like you're not having enough room. But the thing is, and this I guess will be kind of like the final thing I'll say on it. Like I said, Rosalina is going to keep you from landing, and then Fox. I mean, Fox's air game is ridiculous, and Greninja's play style is all air. So once I get you in the air, I may not have much room on the ground, but I have so many tools to air smash you. It's ridiculous. And then whenever I'm kind of struggling on the ground, I have King K Rool in my lineup. King K Rool is going to dominate ground play. So I don't know. And then just to say the Bowser Jr. Shulk thing, like you're saying, I might not have time to respond. Bowser Jr. has some of the best grabs in the game, I would say. And all I got to do is shield grab and whatever.
I'm keeping my distance. I got distance.
But I mean, so does Bowser Jr. He can close the distance with his over A, his side A, his cart, dash thing. So I don't know. I think honestly, we can say go argue all day, but hopefully, as if our listeners can get involved, you can kind of see our lineup and see who you think might win. Comment.
Yes,
let us know.
We can debate till the cows come home, but the listeners are the ultimate judges. So comment down below what you think, especially if you're on YouTube. We have Shulk, Marth, Dr. Mario, Bowser, and Richter for my team versus Bowser Jr., Fox, King K Rool, Greninja, Rosalina and Luna for